how I got an autism diagnosis by writing a historical fiction book. Like many autistic people who grew up masked, I was raised in the fundamentalist church, which was just as terrible as it sounds. Before I was born, my middle sister was evaluated for developmental delays, as they called them back then, particularly speech and fine motor delays, and the evaluator said she needed closer examination. On a side note, I can't even fathom how much support she missed out on being flagged as a little girl in the 80s. My mom saw all these other kids in the waiting room with high support needs and decided she didn't want my sister to be labeled as special needs or a slur that she uses. She pulled both my sisters out of school and decided to homeschool all four of us. My mom and all the adults around me insisted that there was nothing wrong with me that couldn't be fixed. Meltdowns were just tantrums and were punished accordingly. Sensory issues were just quirks. Hyperlexia was being academically gifted. And so I was raised anxious, depressed, and outcast, and grew up to be anxious, depressed, and outcast. Fast forward to the 2020 pandemic, I decided to write a historical fiction novel, echoing my experiences as an adult woman with 3 adult sisters. And to build the characters, I decided to mash up our personality traits, including some quirks that I have, like being choosy about what I wear, my kind of offbeat sense of humor that can halt a conversation, and occasional struggles to talk, to verbalize. After a lot of research and a couple of drafts, I realized that these characters were kind of reading autistic, and I don't believe in disability coding. I think disability representation should be overt, so I did a little more research to make 2 of the main characters autistic. And it took an embarrassing amount of time after that to put 2 and 2 together. If these characters that I had written to be like me were autistic, then maybe. So I decided to kind of try on this label for about a week, just to see what would happen if I started thinking of myself as autistic. And within a day, I had completely broken down. It contextualized everything that I was thinking and feeling so thoroughly. It was like seeing the world in color for the first time. Today, my mom is still in denial. She's stubbornly proud of what she saved me and my sisters from, although she does love watching Big Bang Theory and Extraordinary Attorney Woo, and insists that everyone is a little bit autistic. My sister found a life she's thriving in, even though she doesn't apply labels to herself. And me? I'm here on TikTok. I'm here to tell you about my sisters, about my experiences with autism and ADHD, and about my book, hoping that enough of you will be interested that maybe I could get it published one day.